Today we're going to be talking about what Einstein believed to have called the eighth wonder of the world. Don't worry, it's no heavy astrophysics theory coming up. Rather, it's one of the most basic and easy finance principles. Details next. Welcome to the State of Finance. My name's Abhishek. Today we talk about one of the most significant concepts of personal finance. And I will link it to the things I often talk about on this channel. It's called power of compounding. Albert Einstein famously said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. Straight out of Google. So I will show you how it works with the help of certain scenarios. And then towards the end of the video, I will give you some points you need to be careful about in order to reap full benefits of this principle. Imagine if I took a $1,000 loan from you today as a friend, and I told you that I'll repay the same $1,000 after 10 years. You'll surely get a feeling of somewhat getting ripped off. But hey, what is the fuss about? It's that subconsciously your brain has done some basic calculations and told you that this repayment amount after 10 years need to be way higher than the initial $1,000. Because in case you had that money, you would have earned more money on it, and it would have looked way more than $1,000 in 10 years. This is called the opportunity cost of money, which simply means the loss of possible gains that you would have had on such money if you were to give it to your friend. This example proves that your brain is tuned by default to capture the time value of money. And therefore, the concept of power of compounding can be understood easily. Back to the office desk. So let's understand this with the help of an example. So imagine this scenario 1. Let's assume the starting amount is $0. Here you invest $500 every month out of your earnings. I have assumed an average earning rate of 8% per year. You could obviously earn more than that, but this is just for the sake of example. So as I said, the starting amount is $0, and say on the very first day, you invested $500. Let's put in that. Yep. So at the end of the first month, as you can see from the blue column, you have got $500 that will earn you 8% return for 1 month, which turns out to be $3.33. And assuming that whatever you've earned on the money, you've withdrawn it like the very same day. At the end of the month, you're just left with $500 because you withdrew the $3.33. So the starting amount for the next month is obviously $500, which is carried forward from the previous month. And now similarly, you invest additionally $500 again. Now you have, at the end of the second month, $1,000 that are going to earn you 8% for 1 month, which turns out to be $6.67. Now, same as the first month, you withdraw the $6.67. So the point here is that whatever you were earning on the original invested amount, you're taking it out after every month. So similarly, the next month, we've got $1,000 as the opening balance. And again, you invest $500. So now at the end of the third month, you've got $1,500, which will earn you $10 for 1 month at the rate of 8%. And again, assuming that you will withdraw this amount of $10. So assuming this pattern of investing $500 at the start of every month continues for the next 35 years, which is 420 months. So after 35 years, you would have accumulated $210,000. Not a bad amount, assuming that you withdrew whatever you earned on this money. So now we jump back to another scenario. In this scenario, everything is the same. You start with an amount of $0 and you are investing $500 every month. But unlike the first scenario, you are not withdrawing whatever you're earning on this money. Let's see how this works out. So as I told you, starting with $0. At the start of the first month, you put in $500. So this $500 at the rate of 8% after 1 month would earn you $3.33. And now, since you have not withdrawn $3.33, so it clubs up with the initial $500, which gives you $503.33. This becomes the starting amount for the second month, and now obviously you would invest additional $500 for that month. And then you've got $1,003.33, which will earn you $6.69 at the end of the second month. Assuming this pattern continues for the same 35 years, any guess how much amount you would have accumulated over 35 years? Let's find out. It comes to $1.15 million. Actually, what has happened is that the invested money, along with the return, snowballs over the period of time and returns some crazy figures in the long run. To get the most out of the principle of compounding, be mindful of the following points. Start investing early. Time is your best friend. The more time you give your money and relationships, the more they grow, don't they? Just like in our example, if you started investing $500 every month, starting from the age of 25, and you never ever increased even $1 in that 500, after 35 years, that is when you reach the age of 60, you get close to $1.15 million. But now let's assume you get late to the party cause, I don't know, YOLO, and you start at the age of 30. This gives you another 30 years to invest. And guess what? At the age of 60, you have $750,000. This is around $400,000 less than our previous scenario, just because of 5 extra years of investing. This is the difference starting early makes. So start early, even with small amounts, and keep topping up whenever you can. And let it rest and do the magic. Reinvest your returns. This is what this principle principally is. Resist the temptation to withdraw your gains before you reach the investment goal. Consider the impact of tax on the gains that you make on your investments. See how your dividends, interest, rent, or capital gains are taxed, so that you have a clear picture of how much money will be left over for you after the government has taken its share out of it. Always calculate your return on investment after deducting tax on it. Also keep in mind that the tax policies change from time to time. Something exempt from tax today may be taxable in future. And obviously in this channel, we always talk about long-term investments. So be mindful of that. Make sure your rate of return beats the inflation rate in your country. Because if it fails to do so, you are actually making your money lose value at the end of the day, even if the number value of your investment have increased. For instance, your fixed deposits earning you 3% and the average inflation rate in your country is around 4%, you've actually lost 1% invisibly. The average cost of living has gone up, but your money hasn't been able to counter that. Remember, the aim of investing money is to earn enough money on it so that it does not only help you cope with the inflation, but also gives you better standards of living. People think compound interest makes more sense with fixed deposits or banks where they get a fixed rate of return. False. It's equally effective in case of stocks or units of mutual funds, as you're buying without timing the market every month. When markets are overvalued, you get less units, and when the markets are down, you get more units. In the end, the average annualized return will be in your favor in the long run. I have explained it in the video about systematic investment planning. It's one of the better ways to tackle the short-term volatility in the markets. So there you have it, everything you needed to know about the power of compounding. Use it to unleash the true potential of investing your money for the long term. I hope you got some value out of the video. Share, like, and subscribe if you liked it, or hit the dislike button twice if you hated it. I will see you in the next one. Till then, work smart and invest even smarter. Peace.